Hello and welcome to Movie Mandates. I'm Kelly,
And I'm Andrew.
and this is the show where my brother and I force each other to watch a movie based on a particular monthly theme. And it is June, and we are watching Streisand Effect movies. And we each took the idea of Streisand Effect a wee bit differently, but that's okay because they both count. So last time we watched Brothers Pick. What's up, Doc? Hilarity ensued. It was great. But we will conclude the month with my pick, Rust, which does not star Barbra Streisand. But before we talk about Rust and who it does and does not star, since I chose this week's movie, it is only fair that brother gets to challenge me in a little game, little segment we call Trivial Trivia.
I mean, she could have had the Frances Fisher role, I guess, but
There was room for her.
I mean, it was the wide open plains of the West. She could have just been standing. I
She could have been just yeah, but missed opportunity,
missed
Alec.
opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions. How many do I actually
That's
have?
how this works, yes.
Eight. Eight questions.
Okay.
All of the answers are a single word that rhymes with rust.
Okay, I'm ready.
And they're single syllables, so the answer is not going to be like August or anything.
Oh, okay.
So,
Monosyllabic.
right. So,
Got it. All
the
right, I'm
answer
ready.
rhymes with rust.
I'm ready.
Aside from her comedic and singing talents, Dolly Parton is known for her,
Bust.
yes.
Philanthropy.
Oh, wait, that doesn't rhyme. Also, yes. When Thanos snapped, half the galaxy's residents turned to.
Dust. I'm dying.
Okay. In Seven, John Doe's fourth victim was the embodiment of.
Lust.
Yep.
Great movie.
In The Breakfast Club, Judd Nelson teases Anthony Michael Hall over his brown bag lunch, which includes a PB&J without its.
Crust. It's a
Yep.
PB&J with the crust cut off.
Did your mom marry Mr. Rogers? No, Mr.
Mr.
Johnson.
Johnson.
I think it's Mr. Johnson.
I think it's Mr. Johnson.
Can
No,
I
you're very.
eat? You can try. um, in Twister, a cow was sent flying by a weather event stronger than a.
Gust.
Yep.
No, I think that's the same one.
Another cow. I think that's the same one.
Gotta find this road. It's like Bob's Road.
Bob's Road. All right. For this one, you're going to fill in the blanks.
Okay, I'm ready.
In Robin Hood Men in Tights, Robin taunts the sheriff of Rottingham during their duel, saying, Parry, parry, blank, blank, good.
Parry, parry, thrust, thrust.
Trust. Yeah.
Good. Oh, Carrie. He's in a movie coming up. What movie is it?
Don't know.
I don't know, but he reminds me of Anthony Michael Hall a little bit
Hmm.
in that his like I thought, well, first off, Carrie always was always good looking. Anthony Michael Hall was cutesy, but Anthony Michael Hall got
Yeah,
hot
he
as an
was
adult.
adorable.
Yeah, adorable. And then as an adult, smoking. When he was in the dead zone, I was like, hi there. Where did that puberty come from? And
Yeah, he
then,
put on like 60 pounds. He
yes,
got
well,
huge.
I like him thick. And then, but Carrie always did the same thing. He put on some, girth, and that he very rugged. I like it. Very good looking. Anyways, I'm happily not married, but I'm allowed to look, and we talk about it all the time. We both have a thing for Selma Hayek. I mean, who doesn't? She has a thing for herself, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, she's like, oh, I watch all my movies.
I watch all my films. I'm sorry. I distracted us as
All right.
Perry
In the
Perry
Jungle
thrust us.
Book, in the Jungle Book, Kaa implores Mowgli through song that in me, the
Trust
man
in
cub should
me. Trust in me.
trust. I
Just in me.
had
Yes.
to bend over backwards to make that one work.
Ha ha ha. It's good though.
It
That's
was
good.
either that or it was either that one or I was gonna go for uh Aladdin. What does he ask Jasmine for the get on the
Do you trust
carpet?
me?
Trust, yeah. But
Yeah.
I thought the Jungle Book was fair. All right, last one. In the Blues Brothers, Sister Mary Stigmata struck Jake and Elwood with a ruler every time that they.
Cussed.
Yep, very good. You got them all.
I love it. That was so I actually in my head I was thinking like what would I for some reason I normally actually don't think of a trivia for the movies that I pick. It's never some I'm like because I'm like that's your job this week. I'm not thinking about it. But
Yeah.
this one in my head I just in for myself I was like I wonder how many like movie deaths I know about.
Oh,
And you know, and
yeah.
I looked it up. I knew of I think three others, and I looked it up, and there's a lot of injuries,
I
and there's
mean,
a
there's the most famous one, like the Vic Morrow and the two kids in
yes,
Twilight Zone.
yes, that one.
Uh, there's the stunt
Brandon Lee,
person in Deadpool or Deadpool 2. I think the stunt person for Zazie Beetz died during
right?
a stunt.
Um, and then of course there's Brandon Crow from The Crow,
Uh,
Brandon Lee. My gosh,
Good old
Eisen.
Brandon Crow. Yeah, Brandon Lee
Brandon Crow.
and the Crow.
And then the one of the earliest, of course, was Hell's Angels. The what's his name? The aviator guy, not Leonardo DiCaprio. Howard Hughes.
Hmm.
Howard Hughes is Hell Angels. Famously asked a lot of his pilots and didn't always work out. But yeah, so anyways, I was thinking about that one. I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't ask anything about that because I'm not gonna. But yes, the Vic Morrow one is you're probably right. That's the most famous. And for some reason, I always forget that it's the Twilight Zone. I always think it's North by Northwest, only because there's a
Uh,
scene
where a plane comes
where a
at it.
plane does that.
Cary Grant or
Um,
Jimmy Stewart, right?
yeah,
Jimmy
I
Stewart or
think.
Cary Grant? It's Jimmy Stewart, right?
Ooh, ah,
One of the
crap.
two.
You said Jim, and I was like, yeah, and then you said Carrie, and I was like, oh,
Ah,
crap.
shit. Now I,
Now I don't know which one it is. Um, oh, I think it is actually Cary Grant. Now that I think about it,
yeah, I think so.
I think it is.
Hell. Gonna have
Yeah,
to look.
yeah.
Narth, which I liked.
I loved North.
Uh,
Started a love
famously,
affair.
Roger Ebert, I think, yeah, it's Cary Grant,
Okay.
um, did not like North, calling it like the worst movie he'd ever seen or something.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, well, then
I
again,
s-
basically everyone hated Hudson Hawk, and we love it.
I
So,
know. I
yeah,
saw an interview with this was a bit ago. I don't remember like within the last 2 years I saw an interview with Scarlett Johansson um talking about how she got started in this and of course she talked about North because she was in North and which is the
on
only reason I
everyone
watched
else.
this part of the movie or this part of the interview. I was like, let's talk about my boyfriend. And she mentioned she's like I had such a crush on Elijah Wood and she goes to this day he was like my first crush so to this day I get nervous around him because it's just that feeling of this was the first guy that meant something to me in this and I'm like Scarlett Johansson gets nervous around him too. Oh, I'm not alone. And I was very excited
Well,
playing
that's got to be an
music.
ego boost. It's like I give Scarlett Johansson butterflies. Well,
I know, right? He's like I want to see the second I did like the first Ready or Not, to tell you the truth. I
oh
want
yeah.
to see the second one,
Hmm.
obviously, because my man's in it. But we're not here to talk
Nope.
that. We're here to talk about Rust, which um I wasn't sure about the name of the film. I
It's
so
just the
okay.
guy's name.
Yeah, and it kind of upset me to tell you the truth. I I was
Yeah,
hoping it was a little more metaphoric. You know, I was hoping that way, especially at the very beginning of the movie, which I also take umbrage with, which is funny because do you take umbrage? Do you
there's a
take
lot of
umbrage?
umbrage taking in this movie.
There's a lot of umbrage taking in the movie. Um, but at the very beginning, when it's the old man eyes looking out over the prairie, and then he blinks, and it's the soft faced kid's eyes.
Yep.
Um, I was like, I thought to myself, oh, okay, so we're gonna do some sort of flashback thing, but that's where Rust is gonna come in because that's like the old and I'm like, I knew it was a metaphor, and then they're like Harlan Rust, and I'm like, not a metaphor, doesn't mean anything. Now, who the hell
Eh,
is the old guy
It's
at
just
the beginning? Because he's now dead.
it's just a cool name.
It's damn it, I was really
I
hoping for
think they
more.
just it's oh, what's a good cowboy? Harland Rust.
And I
Yeah.
love the name Harlan. I'm like, ooh,
Harlan's a good name.
a fun name. But yeah, but also now I don't understand the beginning because who was the old man looking
I
out? Couldn't have been
I
is
mean the silhouette looked like Alec Baldwin, but
it did.
uh,
It
I don't
did,
know.
but he not with us no mo. Like spoiler alert for Rust, y'all. But you know this by now, everybody, that we're gonna spoil the movie for you.
Yeah, it's not a flashback.
It's not.
So
Yeah.
I guess he was just somewhere else doing something. He
As
insisted I mean, co-producer on the film, story by and co-producer,
yeah.
co
And
co-story by, not writer, but co-story by and co-producer. This is a vanity project.
yes, it
This
is.
was Alec
Yes,
Baldwin
it
wanted
is.
to be in a cool cowboy movie.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And you know what? Good on him.
And you know what? Fine. Yeah.
Good on him. And freaking Jake Busey.
Yeah.
I was like, where you been, bro? What's up? What's up, Jake? And he's I had to look it up because I'm like, who is I know this, but I didn't know anyone else though. Like the guy who played Wood, I have no idea who that man is. He was great though,
Yeah,
but
he's
I don't know.
good. Yeah, I didn't really recognize him. Didn't recognize the guy who played the very Night of the Hunter-esque preacher guy.
Dude,
Have you seen that
dude,
movie, Night of the Hunter?
no, but that man was scary.
Yeah.
The preacher, he was a scary mofo.
Francis Fisher, I recognize. The guy who played, I'm looking at the cast list. The guy who played the storekeep, Big Bill Cochran. His name is Abram Benrubi. I'm pretty sure I've seen that dude before. I couldn't place him, but
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't recognize a ton of people in this film.
Yeah, Frances Fisher, I did when she came in. I was like, oh, I love that woman. She's so classy. But yeah, no, in reading a little bit about this, because I had to, of course, look into what happened on set. I wanted to know um where that was. And then they dedicate the movie to her, uh, the cinematographer. But I did want
I
to,
I went into this now I knew what had happened. I did
yes.
not remember what her role was. I knew that someone, Helena something or other, had been accidentally shot on set. I think the director got hit too.
He did. He got
Uh,
injured. Yes.
um, uh, I did not know what her role in the film was until I saw her name in the credits. And what's interesting is, as I was watching the movie, I was like, kudos to the cinematographer. This is a pretty ass movie. So I was pretty tickled to see that she was the cinematographer on this
Yeah.
movie. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
What a loss because
yeah,
yeah, she's very good.
because she
But
shot the shit out of that movie. It looked, I may have my quibbles with the the camera direction, but the cinematography is lovely.
yes, yes. And I would agree with some of the I would yes. And um but yeah, I read apparently that this was the Master Weaponer's second film. Um she is the child of like one of the famous master weaponry guys. And so, she went into this line of work as well. And apparently the first film she did, which was one that I hadn't heard of, and which is why it's not coming to mind. But apparently the first film she did was rife with on-set accidents as well. Like
Mm.
this woman wanted to follow in like her famous father's footsteps and just didn't pick up or just had like nerves because this was a second film. But yeah, no, tragic anyway. But in all of the discussions and all of the articles and everything that you read about it, like the one thing that they're saying, they're like Alec Baldwin's passion project is how they describe it. Like this is
Oh,
Alec
really?
Baldwin's passion project. Everything says it
I
like
did not
that.
read up on this movie. I knew the only thing I knew about it was the tragedy on set.
Yeah.
I knew like, and I knew it was a Western. I knew a cowboy movie. Knew absolutely nothing. I didn't know there was a kid in it. I did not know
Yeah.
that. It didn't even know. I've never seen a trailer for
I've
it.
never seen a trailer.
Yeah, I went into this about as blind as you could possibly go into a film, which I rarely do because I'm kind of into movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into movies and stuff. Um,
You have a podcast about them even.
yeah. Um, I don't listen to that shit. Um, but yeah, I went into this pretty blind, knowing only about the tragedy and
Hmm.
the fact that they stopped shooting for a year or so and then picked it up again. And so I went in expecting there's probably going to be some disjointedness in the
Yeah.
film. Like I would, and yeah, there's some stuff that's like set up and never brought up again. Like the one guy that the one of the brothers who are always squabbling, who they set up as can shoot the hat off a guy from a mile away, and that never comes up again. He doesn't shoot a gun ever again.
Ever again. And he was
Like,
so bummed. He was like, "Man, I meant to get the feather or whatever and not the whole
yeah,
hat, just the feather." He's like,
yeah.
"The wind."
And
And I'm
I'm
like,
like, I imagine there was probably something, and a year later they couldn't get the actor back, or so I'm willing to cut the film
some slack for that.
more
Yeah.
slack than I would otherwise. Uh, but just to not bury the lead, I don't think it's a very good movie.
I don't either. And it was really upsetting to me because it
It
took
feels like a
me,
movie. One, it's definitely a vanity project, which I don't have a problem with.
I don't have a problem
Want to
with.
be a cool cowboy, be a cool cowboy, that's fine.
Absolutely.
But also the movie seems to think it's trying to be like, I don't know, Tarantino or something. It thinks it's a lot cooler than it really is. Like it's indulging in stuff that's just not that clever or interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange to me because when I agree. Like not that like I'm not like, oh, Alec Baldwin, it's going to be the most masterful movie. Like, no, like, but I do find him fine. Like,
It's fine.
yeah, but when it took me, I watched, I started watching it at night and I got about an hour in and I'm like, this is putting me to sleep. So I'm going to need to watch it in the morning, which is what I did and finished it in the morning. Um, and it, I, I remember thinking like as it was going, I'm like, what is this about though? Like it just seemed to have a lack of story. Like yes, there were a lot of people going after him, but it there was a part of me. So like the little boy, just to catch all of you up. the
I mean, it's
there's
like kind of redemption-ish,
yeah, but
but
not
not
even like
really.
and it yeah, it's really so like the little boy, sadly, he's 13, and he has no parents. His mother died, and then his father killed himself a year later because mommy's dead. So
Great.
left a 6-year-old and 13-year-old or something like that, um, to fend for themselves. And
Don't leave me alone with these two little shits.
yep, yep. And the older son accidentally kills
In a
uh
scene that does not work at all.
and the thing is, even though it doesn't work, to be clear, I knew it was happening. Because he gets, I'm like, he's gonna shoot them. He's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
shoot someone accidentally. I didn't expect the accident to be so like 10 foot away from him.
Yeah,
I expected him to shoot at the dog or whatever and have the other guy like coming up over the
coming up over the
hill
rise, but then they
or like
finally
be
do a wide
further.
shot and he's like 10 feet away. And it's like, you did that on, I think he killed him on purpose. I think the wolf was bullshit. I
And
think that's the story that he told.
that was the weird thing because I was
Chasing
like,
a wolf, what? And he just
ah.
kind of popped up there.
But yeah, that was the thing. I was like, that was very,
He
that
snuck
was
up on me in the wide open
in the
plains
wild. Yes.
from the front. Sneaky bastard.
I knew he was even on his way. He said he'd be here in the morning.
I mistook that hat wearing guy on horseback for a wolf. I mean,
Yes.
you can't tell them apart.
No, very, very
Roughly
hairy.
the same size.
Black and white. He's covered in dirt. They look
Brown
alike.
shirt and shit. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm like, I thought that could have been staged better.
yeah. It
Like, I
it
think
was
I think the general conceit of it is fine, but the way it's executed, I'm like, oh, come on. No.
yeah. And then the and so the he goes to jail or yeah, he goes and they find him like guilty for premeditated murder and I was like, okay, well, yeah. And then I loved her role, like the aunt coming in. She's great anyways. That woman is you're she's so good. Um and so but like yeah, so I was like I was trying to figure out again because like you, other than the tragedy, I knew nothing about this movie. I didn't know where it was going. I knew exactly the things that you knew about it is what I knew about it. It's a Western, and Alec Baldwin really wanted to do it. And there was a death. That's all I knew. And so then I was like, so I thought that the kid was going to grow up to be him. Also, I thought that was going to be the thing. There were so many things that I thought was going to happen that didn't happen. And then that which did happen seemed so kind of banal in a way. Like it
Yeah.
never felt I also so I have a problem with Western movies anyway, to be clear. I've gotten better. I used to despise them. And I'm pretty sure I despise them for three reasons. Number one, that one guy who everyone likes, Wayne. Is there a Wayne who's famous for Westerns? Something Wayne,
Oh,
not
yeah.
at
Yeah.
Bruce.
Not Bruce Wayne. That's Batman. John Wayne.
John Wayne. Don't like him. Think
Neither
he's
do I. He sucks.
terrible, terrible,
He's a
terrible.
bad actor and he's just an absolute friggin' dork.
Yeah, terrible. So I'm like, why would I
Not a good
ever?
person either, but you know.
So like,
That
I
that
was like,
aside, I don't like him. I never saw the appeal of John Wayne.
yeah. So I was like, I'm out of that. We grew up in Arizona. I'm done seeing desert and cactus. Like to me, movies are an escape. I'm like, movies are an escape. Give me
We've
some
been to Tombstone.
trees. I've been there. Exactly. I know what it looks like. Okay, corral. But like, but so yeah, I think that and then I so those are the two things. And then the other one is because I am an annoying movie watcher in that when I watch like a zombie film or something, or any of those kind of survival-ish things, the things I think about are how bad you must smell, your teeth. I think about women and their menstruation cycles, and I think about I'm just like, this is so unrealistic because y'all are going to be not procreating as much as y'all are procreating. And so so I'm one of those like very logistical people. And since I did not live in the mid 1800s for the
Yeah.
wild, wild west, I don't understand where we as a nation went wrong with geography. Like they are like, we're gonna go this way and we're gonna make it to every place we need to go. And I'm like, but there's nothing. There's nothing in between towns. How do you not get lost? How do you not just there's no maps. Well, I mean, I guess there are. There's crude maps, But like it's just, but they're all just trails. There's no like stop signs or mile markers being like, you are on West Coast, you're on the PCH. No, there was no PCH back then. So like, I think to myself, how do you guys just know? Like, and I think that that was the thing about Westerns for me is like they will follow each other across the land and yet always be on their trail. And I'm like, I can understand that now that there are roads. That makes sense to me. But when it's like it's fascinating how and again, I don't know enough or about, and I'm sure that it is literally their roads of that time was a lot more, you don't go off them. Then, it's treacherous, it's dangerous. So it's you kind of are taking the same routes
Hmm.
because off-roading, even though you're completely off-roading is probably perilous a little bit, especially like when the Native Americans came in that circle moment. Like that's probably another reason. But yeah, it was a really weird. It's just always weird to me that I'm like I would not survive. I would
A
get
lot of
so lost.
yeah, a lot of also speaking of the natives that show up, just another example of a lot of stuff that's like either set up and never comes
Not
back or
paid
set
off.
up and just immediately resolved. Like the native
Yes,
folks show up, trades him with the gun and horse. Next scene, the natives are
they're
dead, and he's
dead.
like, "Oh well, oh shit, I guess I get my gun back now," which
Yeah, although he didn't
doesn't.
take it.
No, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." I figured this would kind of be like the MacGuffin thing.
Yes.
And no, oh, he's trading it away for a horse. Oh, okay, maybe we're going for a you've got to let go of your past or blah 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 blah. No, he gets it back in the next scene, but then he just doesn't
He doesn't
take
take
it,
it.
and it doesn't. It drops out of the movie.
I thought the exact same thing because it's set up
And
that
the
way.
puppy, he buys him a puppy, and the kid gives him away in the next scene. It's like, well, what's the? I
What was the
mean, it
point
has
of
a
that
functional. It has a kind of a function in
puppy?
the plot a little bit,
Yeah, so
but
that they could have the obligatory.
so that the preacher could, question the kid. Hey, where'd you get the puppy? Some guy and a kid gave it to me 2 days back. Okay.
Right. But it is a very, yeah, I really thought that gun was going to either that would have been the end of it and you'd never see it. Like that moment would have been the end of the gun, as in like all of the story, like that's the gun that he killed the dude with. That's the gun that he
His father
tried to
shot
kill.
himself with.
Yeah, like it's this whole thing, and then he gives it away to be able to, and I'm like, oh wow,
And then the natives who immediately die. It's like, wow, that gun is cursed. I guess he
yeah.
was probably
He's like, I'm
well
not taking
just
that
it's like, you
back.
know what? I managed to get the It Follows monster to follow someone else, so I'm good.
I'm not taking that back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very, yeah, there was a lot of either quick payoffs that didn't even seem like payoffs. They were
Yeah.
just something was set up and yeah. Because when he took the dog, I was like, that's faulty, dude. You are on the run and now
You,
you have a dog?
that seems like a I'm like, are you gonna eat that? I mean,
I thought the
what
same.
what are you doing?
Well,
That
and
seems like a liability.
I also
Now, there's a lot of dangers. We need to, mind our P's and Q's and also be quiet. Let's drag a puppy along.
yeah.
Okay. And it's like, oh man, he eats like a ton. Yeah, it's a puppy. Yeah. How
Yeah.
much now we've got to bring a lot more food with us. It's like I don't it's just a weird choice. I mean, it was the point, I guess, was is Harlan is softening up and trying to reach out to his grandkid, but I, I don't know. Just it just rang a little hollow.
It did. And I even though they spend 2.5 hours together, um, even at the end, like for him to, I mean, I guess yes, you're 13 years old. You don't have all of your, synapses firing correctly all the time. So like the person that you're with is going to, yeah, Harlan is protecting him. Alec Baldwin is protecting him, but it is kind of, we didn't actually get that. Not that there needed to be, I love you, Grandpa moment, but like there never was a. moment of him being like, you've meant so much to me, or you
I mean,
on
he does yell "Grandpa" at one point. I
he
guess that's
did.
it.
He did, but it seemed like when it happened, I was like, that was weird because there didn't it was it just yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot that seemed hollow and I really wanted to like it because I um because it was beautiful and because I really was like I don't know, people who not that I'm like I respect Alec Baldwin because I don't know him or care really. But I like him. He's fine, like I said, but I was expecting like if something is your passion project that you're like this is what I want. This is like I was hoping and expecting it to actually be better.
Yeah,
It's very upsetting.
I was
And
like,
freaking Wood, a lot of his stuff didn't pay off. And I was like, and I really liked him.
yeah, he's got the have you played Last of Us 2?
This, I think I did. I, I think I did play the second one as well.
Okay. He essentially gets the Ellie ending.
Sure, sure.
He goes home and there's no one there. Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
Well, and I was also like, it was also
That's
weird
not
because,
really a payoff to anything, though. I mean, it
well,
makes
like,
sense, I guess, but it's not really paying anything off.
no, because yes, his wife was upset at him. I get that. And sadly, in that time, that moment was probably like the most realistic part of the movie of like, yeah, a distant father who's like, I don't know what to do because my son is going to die. So I don't want to get attached to him because that will make me feel things and that sucks. And
And then he goes on a cross-country manhunt and leaves his wife alone. So the kid dies and the wife just leaves.
leaves? Yeah, and which I
And
thought
yeah,
and
yeah,
and she did. And
yeah,
like cuz he when he got the telegram and he's like, I'm so sorry, Wood, I was like, okay, boy died, boy died.
yep.
But I did not expect boy died, woman leaves. Like I wasn't
I
expecting
mean, I
that
get
part. And
why
I,
she did, but
oh
it
yeah,
doesn't it's not really in the service of it. I mean, it's realistic. I don't have a problem with it, but it doesn't really there isn't an arc here that I'm picking up on. It's just a thing that
no,
happens.
yeah, and
And he
like
gets back and I mean, like he starts the movie uh being like there is no God and ends the movie in the same place going, "Yep." You know, I mean, like I, there's just he doesn't go and there's no arc. He doesn't
I
he's like, "Oh, well, yeah, that tracks." And then that's
yeah,
the last you ever see of him.
that's it.
Yeah,
I thought maybe he would have something to do with the boy.
I mean,
Like
he
I
lets
thought,
them go.
yeah, because
It's like I don't want to be responsible for two boys dying. Enough boys have died, so I'll turn the other cheek or well, turn a blind eye. And I'm like, I guess, kind of,
yeah. Well, and it's
bit,
also
maybe.
the idea that like because all he said is like, do you have a son? And like that gets him. And I was like, I don't know. Like that seems very, it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And then to top it all off, am I wrong about this? Or did little boy end back up with Francis?
Yeah, I guess she changed her mind. I
So I'm like, so you just went and so many people murdered. That's another thing about the Wild West that I'm happy that I live in
Everyone's
the
just shooting
now.
everyone.
Although I kind of wish I didn't live in the now. But at the
Yeah.
same token, like that's the thing about the Wild West is like you meet someone, you're like, well, I could die at this interact. Like any interaction is an opportunity for
I'm not
death.
going to the saloon. People keep getting in fights and shooting each other
People
there.
die there. Like I definitely would be that. I would full on hermit. I wouldn't want. I nope. I'd have like I would have been the original cat lady. I would have been why there is a trope because
Yep.
nope. But yeah, when I saw him reunite with her and it was in silhouette, so I was like, that's her, right? But like it was in silhouette, so I thought to but I was like, so all of this, all of that for you to go back to her.
And I was wondering if they were gonna. I'm glad they didn't, but I was wondering if they were gonna do a thing where the boy goes back and saves his grandpa from being hung. No, no, they don't.
No.
And fine,
No.
but he does go back and pick up his brother from the boy's house, which I guess is a thing he could have just done. Now, to be clear, I mean his he's legally dead. No one's looking for him. His name is clear.
Yeah.
Although I don't know why they would let him have I don't know how that's going to work. And he seemed to be the only one in the entire place. Didn't even seem to be like an adult anywhere there. So
No, none
I don't
to
know
speak of. No,
are, are
marm or
are we
anything. Yeah,
gonna live with Auntie Frances too, or
I guess. And
like
like,
shit?
why was he not with her then? Like, why was he sent to a home? And then you assume now they're gonna
Well,
like,
he asked her, "Can you take my little brother?" And she goes,
right.
"No." Well, is he gonna end up in a boys' home? And she's like, "Yeah, probably." And I guess he does, and he just comes back for him. Okay.
Yeah,
I do
he's the
kind
only
of,
one sitting.
it's so dumb, but I actually do like the fact that, oh my God, are they really gonna hang Alec Baldwin? I mean, yeah, but he dies literally a second before they hang him. It's like, oh shit, he just died. We'll hang him anyway. Haha, I beat you because I died right before I got hung. I'm like, that's so stupid. I kind of love it.
He's like, well,
We're
we'll
gonna
kill
have
him
to hang a
twice
corpse.
then.
Also, I mean, hanging people seems to be a not uncommon thing. Why do they apparently keep disassembling the gallows every single time?
I thought the
Is it
same
like a
thing.
psychological thing? Do they want you to hear the hammering of the thing you're building from the jail cell?
I
'Cause it seems like a
maybe.
waste of damn time to constantly disassemble and reassemble the gallows. You seem to use them enough to have a permanent fixture.
Yeah, because everywhere we went there was one. But like I actually laughed at that a little bit because when the judge gives the sentence of you are to be hung until you're dead, just as soon as we prepare an appropriate gallows for you.
You ain't got one?
And I thought to myself,
Did you have to build a child gallows?
he's like, it is appropriate gallows. And I'm like, how do you test if it's appropriate?
Hey, that gallows is not appropriate for
How,
chillins.
like, do you, how do you know it's gonna, like, I don't know. Like, I guess it doesn't matter. You're gonna die anyway, so it's like your comfort is not really thought about. But yes, I did think the same thing.
Like,
Like, we'll get an appropriate one for you. I was like,
could
what a
we stay
weird.
away from the hemp rope? It chafes.
Right? Yeah. Can I get some
I have
silk rope
very
up in here?
sensitive skin.
Yeah.
Have we invented nylon yet?
Yeah. Right. Oh my goodness.
Um,
But yeah, I
oh,
there was a lot that I liked about it. Um, like individual tiny like but everything that I liked about it, like I liked wood, I liked drum, I liked little things here and there, but everything that I liked had um a dislike associated with it or a missed opportunity or something
yeah.
associated with it that it was just like I can't even like it too like I like wood, but he's like you said, there's no arc, there's no this, he doesn't learn. He was just a good actor for that part. And uh the whole kid thing, I guess, is the only reason that could have been there is so that he did let him go at the end. But I did think, you know, when he was like, I find it funny that all of the men who have worked with me have died except for me. And Drum's like, don't go put me in the grave just yet, yo. And
Like Jinx?
I'm like, don't kill Jake Busey. Thankfully they don't, right? Jake makes it.
Yeah.
Everyone else dies. But I did think that was funny that like he's just like, huh, everyone I work with dies. All right, let's go. And
Everyone else like, no.
but
Um,
my
but
favorite character
mhm.
is the brother, not the sharpshooter brother, but the other one who cooks. He's like, I'm gonna make the, and he just starts naming off all these French dishes, and then they make one more reference to it later that he made something like, oh, have you tried this? Yeah, he was making that, and then he's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna try my hand at this, and this next too. And I was like, yay, you're
Yeah.
so funny. Well, he's like this little gourmand. Oh, I love
The
it.
um the gunfights are not very good. they're just kind of shot. A lot of them feel like people just standing in the open, firing at each other and
And
rarely ever
missing.
hitting each other, and
Yes,
mostly not seeming too concerned about
being
running and
hit.
hiding and getting behind stuff if they're not already in cover. A lot of just, eh, a lot of just bang, 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 a shot at this and like no wider estate. Like, I don't know how close you guys are to each other. I feel you could be five
Yeah.
feet away. A lot of it was like that. Um, However, I did rather enjoy the absurdity of the end of the movie where um um Harland and grandson get away mainly because everyone who's hunting them arrive at the same time and start fighting each other, and he just kind of sneaks off. Just the absolute
No, he's
cluster of
mine.
all
No,
these.
he's mine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this I love it's so silly. I love the concept. It's just not executed very well. I think it could have been a lot better. I think the action could have been shot a lot better, but
I did.
yeah.
Well, I watched the very first
Is this an R?
gunfight scene. There's a lot
Oh,
of
it's not
death. One
rated.
would,
Yeah.
oh. So the very first gunfight scene, talk about another non-payoff moment. Um, I watched that first one, I think twice, maybe three times. And the only reason I did is because I was like,
What happened?
what's, why are they, what's happening? They're just, they tell Wood, like, oh, there's something happening on the edge of town. And then the worst actor that has ever graced the screen, that's not true. There are worse.
The drunk guy?
Yep. Thank you. See, you knew. I'm gonna shoot things. I'm very drunk. And you're like, okay. And then they all just stand in a line and start firing. And I'm like, who,
How is no one hitting these guys?
how are we? And they're hitting all the broadsides of barns, which I thought for a moment, I was like, oh, this is a very interesting thing because then Wood goes into that one place that got shot up. And you think to yourself,
Oh yeah, the little kid in
the little
there.
girl. And I
Yeah.
thought to myself
Who
when that
never shows
happened,
up in the movie again
no,
at
and he doesn't
all.
even do anything. She just
Yeah.
goes, am I alive or am I dead? In a foreign language, by the way. Yeah,
Oh, it's subtitled. That's right. Yeah.
yeah, but it's a foreign language. Because,
She's a little native girl or something, right?
yeah, I guess. And then she's like, am I alive or am I dead? And then he just walks. And I thought that at first I thought, oh, this is very interesting because, yeah, there could be dead people
Brings her home.
inside
Hey,
these.
honey, I got a new one. This one's not sick.
Yeah. It's almost what I thought he was gonna do with the grandson. He's like, "Come home with me. We need a new kid because mine died." But wife left, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not that men can't be parents because they can.
Well, Wood can move in with that hard up lady with the kid because she's looking for a man,
Oh my God, is
not
she looking
particularly
for?
picky. I mean,
She is.
she didn't proposition Harlan, but
Well, that's because she knew who he was, and
well,
she was like, "Get the hell
she
out of here."
probably has some standards. It's like got to be within 10 years of me.
There you go.
Either
There you go.
side, I'm not picky.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that I was like, "It's a time, Kelly. It's a time when he was like, I was 38 and she was 19," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
oh, that's."
yeah.
Yeah, that's the 1800s of it all. Okay, we're okay here. Moving on. Um, yeah,
There's
but
another
that's
scene
probably.
where she's like, the preacher's flirting with her, and it's like, oh, this is gonna turn dark, blah 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 blah, and it does, but she's like into it.
I
And
thought it was.
immediately he's like, so what about those two people that were here? And she's like, what people? I'm like, why did she even bother lying? One, she's obviously into this guy. Two, she didn't like Harlan. Three, there's literally no point for her to lie other than to create tension.
I thought maybe just for the boy's sake, because he was sick, that she's like, I might not like Harlan and I might not have helped them, but I'm not gonna
Maybe, I
help you.
guess.
But I did think
Didn't
it was
seem
very
too
funny
concerned about
because
him.
he like
I mean,
grabs
the
her
kid
and
was warmed over death, and she's like, "Nah, piss off."
that's true too.
I mean, it didn't really work, but
But
I
I
mean,
I will agree with you that she's like he assaults her. And then she's like, scaredly, like, they're here and they win and they headed south. So are you gonna stick
We're
it in or
still
what?
we're still gonna have sex though, right?
And I'm like, oh, she's still okay. Uh, and
She's
then
like,
he's like,
I've been alone on this ranch for like 5 years, okay? I ain't even seen the only other man I've seen is Harlan Russ 2 days ago.
yeah, I thought it was so. And she's like, she tells her little boy, she's
They
like, go
ain't
outside.
invented
And
sex toys yet.
she's like, go outside and don't come back until I tell you. And
That's
I'm
right.
like, oh boy, poor child. He's like, he would have no reference for what was happening. He's like, why? Why am I going outside? Okay.
Go outside and play with the dog.
Yeah. But oh man. But yeah, that was a weird. And in my head, I'm like,
And don't come back unless I shout your name. Not God's name, your name.
yeah, we're gonna do some praying in here.
That's right. He's a preacher, so yeah, it makes perfect sense. Ha ha,
Oh,
plausible deniability.
love it. Love it.
You touched on this a little bit earlier, but and I agree. I you know, love making is just kind of gross at the best of times, but I can't imagine what it was like prior to soap and toothpaste. Like,
Mm-hmm.
did
Mm-hmm.
did people just bump uglies from as like I hug, from as far away as possible, right?
Mm.
Like
It was,
like I
yeah.
can't imagine like kissing or foreplay was like that big of a thing back then when, before toothpaste and soap,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
I don't
Uh-uh.
know.
Uh-uh.
I am surprised that the species didn't die out pretty early. It's like, nah, I'm good. You smell bad. You're
Yeah.
gross. Just don't
I think
wanna.
I'm like, yeah, it's pretty amazing how it lasted. But yeah, I think about that all the time because like I don't even I like want to I brush my teeth immediately when I get up because I want to be like I'm like good morning, honey, and I'm like but I'm not gonna kiss you with this mouth. Like that's I brushed before I went to bed, but still like overnight I must sleep with my mouth open. It has to be
Just,
like
yeah, I don't know.
it's got to be.
Well,
But
there's another thing that I thought of that reminded me, something I thought of in this movie, which I see in movies all the time early on, the brother's taking care of his younger brother.
yes.
And there's that scene, which you see in a million other movies, where he sees the brother lying in bed and he grabs the blankets and he puts it up the blanket, tucks him in while he is sleeping. I don't know, but I imagine that if anyone tried doing that to me, I would immediately wake up. Number one, I'm a light sleeper anyway.
You are.
Number two, if the blankets aren't on me, it's because I kicked them off for a reason, because I was
Right,
hot.
unless I'm shivering because I'm like asleep and like because I'm not a light sleeper.
Yeah,
Um I have slept through cannons. So um I would think that like if I was shivering then yeah,
sure.
you cover but like the best way to sleep is when you have that like
With the
one
one
foot
leg
hanging
out
out.
and kind of balance the temperature a little bit. It's like,
Yeah,
it's
you
too
gotta
hot, but if I stick my bare foot out into the cold, that ought to even things out a little bit.
that'll even it out. But yeah, and then he did the same thing with Harlan later with his coat. When Harlan was sleeping out
Mm. Mm.
at one of the stops, he covered him up too. I think it's I think it's one of those things kind of like I was having a conversation with someone at the theater tonight um as we were waiting for the doors to open. Well, as they were waiting, I'm the one who opens the doors. Um And I think it's one of those things in movies that in order to show um, care or show uh, sweetness or like, a soft side of someone is that because it's like there's no other I think in reality just like phone calls that's the thing that we were talking about at the theater because a woman was on the phone with her granddaughter and when the granddaughter was ready to get off the phone, she's like, I love you. And then she just hung up the phone immediately. And the woman was like, okay, I guess we're done. And Miles does this to me and it's the most movie type thing ever. Cause like phone calls in movies, Not that there was any phone calls in this movie, but like phone calls in movies, they're like, all right, all right.
Telegrams,
And
but
there's never goodbyes. There's never awkward like drifting off. Because like when you get off the phone with people, you're like, all right, well, okay, and that's not fun for a movie. So you just kind of cut the conversation where it needs to be. And I think children nowadays are taking that as to, that's how I end a phone call. Because they just, when Miles is done, he's like,
okay,
hey, can
bye.
you get this for me? Yeah, I got this. Okay, thanks, bye. Click. And I'm like, oh, okay,
Got what I wanted. Bye.
yeah, you got where you wanted, bye. And I think that kind of like phone calls in movies that are there for the pertinent part and it's not realistic how they get off the phone because it's just going to take time. I think that that's one of those things of like, here's how we show love, and here we just it's it's widely accepted that this is
Yeah.
this is okay. But like I think uh that does not happen.
Another example of the camera direction that I just thought was really weird. So he goes into town trying to sell his scrawny little pigs for money for groceries. And so he has to sell one of the two horses that are pulling his wagon. And there is no shot of the single horse pulling the wagon post that scene,
Mm-mm.
which is just weird to me. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess I don't need it, but it's just like there is a shot of them in the wagon riding home, but I'm like, to me, it would be more effective
Yeah,
if
to
you
see the
pull it out a bit
one
with just the one horse, and
I
that's
would
all they've
yeah.
got left, and now it's slower, and the horse is struggling, and that's why they get back at dark.
Yeah, no,
I,
actually, I can agree with that. I think that that's very thoughtful. Because I also thought that that was a oddly directed moment. Very close up. I'm like, let me see these pigs. Let me see, and especially even the horse. You only see like the front of the horse. The guy's like checking the teeth and stuff, and it's just like it's just a weird sort of like,
poor horse is like, dude, wash your hands.
I know, I know. It's like, oh, that tasted terrible. Um, But yeah, there were moments that, like you said, and I think that you hit it correctly in that the cinematography was great, but there was a lot of camera direction that just didn't make sense.
Hmm.
Like it was almost so small. Like you're here, it's a sweeping, countryside, but then like the close-ups were like they weren't like Tom Hooper close-ups or anything, but they were cut they would cut out pivotable, that's a word,
Able to be
pivotal
pivoted.
outside the frame information.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not like you were saying in the gunfight, you're like, are you 10 feet away, are you 100 feet away? There was nothing
Scene
establishes
geography was
anything.
I
Yeah,
was lost to where people were in relation
very
to each other a lot of the time.
very much the I think
Like when
and
the kid goes away, I'm like, aren't you going the wrong way in that ravine? Which direction? I thought you were going the other way.
yeah, and then he just goes up, and I was like, well, now you're out in the open.
Oh, okay. Now you're
uh
exposed. But
yeah.
okay, I thought we were gonna like use the ravine for cover, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure, it's fine.
But yeah, it was I mean, I'm good. Hey, we saw it. It's over. I I do I do wonder if there was, because it was 2 hours and 20 minutes. I wonder if there was more that was like we don't, after, because I don't know where in the course of human events, like how much did they have done. I'm guessing they had a pretty good amount done
I'd
because
imagine
it
that's
didn't
all
look too
pretty.
disjointed. Because AI, on the other hand, where Spielberg takes over, you can
Or
feel the difference
Kubrick passed
between
away.
Kubrick and yes.
Yeah.
Like, and that he just passed away. Well, but like you can feel watching that movie, and I did not like that movie. I wonder if I should watch it
Well, I
again
mean,
just to
it's tough to say because movies are famously just shot out of order. So,
exactly.
who the
But
hell
you
knows?
could feel it in AI. You could feel like, oh, this, Kubrick did this one. Oh, this is definitely a Steven moment. Um, And this one I didn't get that, but that's because I don't know this director or cinematographer. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this is definitely a their
I didn't like
thing.
notice the kid obviously 2 years older,
I
so
didn't either, which
maybe
is
they got all his shit
amazing
done.
for kids. So, and honestly, that's
Or
probably
maybe
not a,
that's why some of it's disjointed. It's like, he's too old now. We can't shoot him again.
and that's what I'm wondering is like, did the movie suffer more? Like, was this the movie that he thought it was going to be and it just has a tragedy attached to it? Or is this not even the movie he fully wanted because the tragedy was changed it in a way that they couldn't?
I mean, there's always going to be compromises, even with the best situation, and
Hmm.
the tragedy is definitely going to exacerbate that. So I would imagine that's why I'm willing to cut this movie a little bit of slack.
Yeah.
Um, I think it was also a COVID production. I think it was originally shot like in 2020, 2021 or something like that. So
Oh, that
that's a
makes
huge pain in the ass
sense.
too.
That
Um,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of things working against this film, but I have to appraise whatever the finished product is. And while I sat through a 2 hour and 20-minute movie without a problem, my buns never went numb, but I was never particularly engaged. I was like, oh, that's
No.
pretty, but for the most part, I didn't find it boring. I just found it kind of dull for the most part
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
unengaging.
Yeah. And I think that that's why I had to watch it in the morning instead
Hmm.
because I just was, that first hour, I'm just like, it just was because, and again, like I said, like that there was a lot that I liked about it, but the things that I liked about it just had a lot of bad on it. And I think that that's things like there just wasn't enough to engagement. That's the word. Why try to use another one when you hit it? It was just not something that made you want to go, ooh, okay, all right. Because I like a slow burn. I'm all down. I'm good with a slow burn. I just need to want like, there's got to be something that makes me hooked. And
Yeah,
hey, you know what though? Um, I don't think I would have known about this film if it weren't for what it was. Um, and I don't know if that is because they stopped promoting in a way. Because again, like never saw a preview for it, so I don't know what their
yeah. I
plan
imagine
originally
it wasn't
was.
marketed too heavily post tragedy, so
Yeah, yeah.
it
So
probably would have had your typical marketing push had it been just had no one died during the course
yeah.
of making the movie.
Yeah, so it truly is one of those movies that if it weren't for this one event, I would not have known about it. And there you go.
Yeah.
I
Probably definitely not anyone's idea. It's like, oh man, that's not how I wanted to draw anyone's attention to this film, you know? Uh that
yeah,
very sad.
yeah.
That sucks. I'm generally speaking, and I think there's been some changes in the industry on how firearms are handled
Yes,
on set.
yes, there have.
I don't know all. I know that the Screen Actors Guild and some of the other unions have changed the contract. It's like um, generally speaking, no live guns on set. You don't need
Correct.
live guns on set.
Correct.
If for some reason you ever need live guns on set, we need a lot more control and protection and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how in recent years there's been a push for uh, animals are not willing participants, but we don't need to use real bears and stuff in movies.
Right.
Just do CG, do puppets and stuff. Yeah, unless you have $1 billion behind them, unless you're James Cameron, filming a Avatar bear or something like that, it's probably going to be clear. The cocaine bear is clearly a CG bear, but it's no one. It's fine. I would rather that than some poor animal being stressed or hurt or
Yeah.
or someone being injured by a scared animal, So, yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah. So, but hey, this is the end of Streisand month. We did it. We're here. Two very disparate movies.
Bye, Babs.
Um, but we're so happy to have her still around. Uh,
Yep.
so Streisand month is over, but what's not over? Movie mandates. Nay, we shall continue next month. Next month is the other J month. There's only two J months. Nope, there's three. January. Oh, that one gets it. Damn it. July
Should have put
with,
it with the others.
I know, June, July, January. I like it. Dinosaur films is next, brother. So, what is your manded? I just don't want to finish any word that I start, apparently. What is your manded? What's your mandated dinosaur
Too
movie?
many syllables. Can't be bothered with all these syllables.
I have
I
so
mandate
become.
that we watch another Western.
There's a wait,
Yes,
wait. There's a dinosaur
in the
Western
in the
movie?
Old West. It's called The Valley of Guanji from I have no idea. Let me
Guanji?
let me Gwangi, 1969.
The U is a W.
Yeah,
Guanji.
I think it's kind of like King Kong or Mighty Joe Young, where people in the Wild West find dinosaurs
Oh.
and then are like try to do uh, put them in a cage and then show them off to people and then they escape and start eating. I think it's something like that.
Oh,
So
fun.
yeah.
Oh, funny.
So Wild West dinosaurs, the Valley of Guanji.
I'm down. I love a good dinosaur movie. So if you too want to watch The Valley of Guanji from 1969, check out the description and see. Not that there's like a Valley of Guanji in 1984 or anything. I think there's
I
only
don't know that this one's been remade. Certainly
I
not
don't
that
know,
title.
but hey, either way, check it out in the description to see where it is currently streaming or where it is available to rent. And until then, you can catch Movie Mandates on YouTube or just simply listen to it in a podcast form on iTunes. And if you like us and you think we're brilliant, orators, dialoguers, then do all of the things that you need to do to help us reach a wider audience. And those do's are engagement. So, like, subscribe, rate, review, comment, give us stars, and ring bells. So, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. With that, great. I'm Kelly. Always will be. And my Instagram is at Pimento Livia with the one O.
I'm looking at the poster for the Valley of Guanji and it's trying way too hard.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Hold
Cowboys
on.
battle monsters in the lost world of Forbidden Valley. Unbelievable! Creatures of a lost era challenge the best the West has to offer. And it goes on. It's just so
Oh,
much
that is
text
a
on this
try
poster.
hard poster.
It's like,
That
guys,
is.
cowboys versus dinosaurs. That's all you needed. You
Oh,
sold us. We don't need any more. Anyway, Andrew, you can find me on Blue Sky at Andrew Eisen.
oh, that's awesome. And I have
I
misplaced
hope
my.
there's stop motion in this.
Oh,
I have
oh,
no
I
idea if
think
it's
there.
like a Harryhausen joint or
I think there has to be. I don't know if it's Harryhausen, but like I think there has to be because I found underneath where I'm looking, there's a production still of the most beautiful T-Rex, most beautifully shiny T-Rex. So we do hope you enjoyed this episode. We're already excited for the next one. We hope you are too. So we'll see you again soon with that other mandated movie. Bye, everyone.
bye.